In this video, we are going to be making a high protein egg casserole using this muffin tin right here. This is a meal prep secret weapon. I'm gonna show you a bunch of different variations ranging from zero prep all the way to a bit more prep. If you got a bit of time, you are going to walk away with a fantastic egg casserole muffin tin bake recipe to stay on top of your nutrition goals, look good, feel good, eat flavorful food, because that is everything that we're about. Let us get cooking. But before we do, go to subscribe if you like videos like this. We are cranking these things out. These are great recipes and I do not want you to miss them. Okay, let's cook for real. So we have a dozen slots in this muffin tin. You can fill it all the way up. I typically recommend prepping this for no more than 3 or 4 days, just because with an egg bake, you probably don't want to be eating 5 days of eggs. We are going to preheat the oven to 350. So as that's coming up to heat, we are going to prep our egg bake. That's just a great way to make meal prepping easy, because the easier the process is, the more we're gonna stick with it and the more enjoyable it's gonna be. So first things first, we're gonna go ahead and grease this pan here. I have this 0 calorie avocado spray. Just give it a quick spray. All right, now the first variation, I'm gonna give you the absolute laziest version of this thing. You're going to take 1 egg. Damn, you following me? We're gonna crack it and we are going to open it up right in here, being careful to get no shell in, and you're done. That's the easiest, laziest way to make it happen. So the next variation of this, we are going to up it just a bit. What I'm gonna do here is crack 2 eggs. So we're just gonna take it, scramble it up, and this way you're gonna get a consistent texture. What I like to do is just use a bit of seasoning. We're gonna go ahead and hit it with just a little garlic powder. If you like a bit of heat, you can also add cayenne pepper, which I'm gonna do. So we're gonna have a little bit of a garlic, a little bit of heat in these eggs. Now we're gonna stir it up. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and pour it into our egg tin here. All right, there we go. So here is what that's gonna look like. You don't need to fill it up all the way. As we cook it, or as we bake it, it's gonna rise. As it cools, it's gonna go ahead and shrink down just a bit. So just to keep the operation effective, I'm gonna be starting our most complex version right now. I made this delicious turkey chorizo. If you wanna know how to make this, I'm gonna play this clip right here. Okay, so we are 30 minutes in the past and we are gonna go ahead and chorizo up some of this ground turkey. I'm doing it ahead of time because you do want this entire thing to sit for at least 30 minutes. We're using 93.7 ground turkey. Let's put it in this bowl. Okay, the leaner the better, guys. The leaner the better. Same flavor, essentially half the calories. Here's my secret turkey chorizo recipe. I'll put a screenshot somewhere on the screen. Paprika, 3 tablespoons. Chili powder, 2 tablespoons. Ground cumin, 1 tablespoon. Actually, ground cumin, 2 teaspoons. Dried oregano, 1 teaspoon. Ooh. Ground coriander, 1 teaspoon. Garlic powder, 2 teaspoons. But I like this stuff, so I might go a little bit more. And then salt, recipe calls for half a teaspoon, but you can salt to taste, so we're gonna hit it pretty good. Cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon. Come on, cinnamon. Mix it all up. Alrighty, it smells so good. This is seriously restaurant caliber chorizo, and we're using turkey, so it's super lean. It's high in protein, it's delicious, and it's gonna make some of these egg bakes go to the next level. So what I'm doing, I'm kind of packing it down towards the bottom, and then we're gonna hit it with 2 tablespoons of vinegar. We're gonna let it sit for 30 minutes, and then we're gonna start the show. And then we'll continue the show. All right, vinegar, 2 tablespoons. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give it one last mix here. I'm just gonna let this sit for 30 minutes. You can cover it, put it in the fridge if you wanna leave it up to 24. And that's how to make our turkey chorizo. Back to the show. Isn't that easy, okay? The smells are absolutely phenomenal. We're gonna go ahead and throw this in. Okay, this smells absolutely amazing. We're gonna go ahead and let this brown up. In the meantime, prep a few of our other dishes. If you have not seen our breakfast chorizo tacos, let me put the thumbnail right here because they are absolutely delicious. They use a lot of my secrets. So our high protein chipotle aioli, this turkey chorizo is so good. So highly recommend checking that video out after you watch this. Okay, so the next version is actually incredibly clever. What we're gonna do is we are going to crack 2 of these eggs in here. We're gonna go ahead and scramble these guys up. All right, so we scrambled our eggs. Same thing. I'm gonna be using just a smidge of garlic powder to give it a little bit of that kick. Now here's where the magic happens. What you wanna do is get a bit of salsa. If I can open this jar, add this in. And this way you can get a little bit of flavor. You can get some tomatoes, some vegetable flavor. And these guys turn out very, very good. Okay, we are making mini little breakfast casseroles today. This is a great way to add flavor, really without having to do a whole bunch of work. Back when I was doing this recipe, I would do a full one of these, add some salsa, and just throw it in and it'd be good to go. All right, here's what our next step up looks like. Okay, our next two versions are gonna involve just a bit of prep. You can basically use any vegetables that you have on hand, but what we're gonna do is, at least in this one, use a bit of red onion and a little bit of jalapeno. Just a little bit to fill these dishes, add a little bit of kick, add a little bit of crunch, add a little bit of that texture. The other ingredient is going to be a reduced fat Mexican style cheese. This is going to be very delicious. 7 grams of protein, 6 grams of fat, 2 carbs, and we got this from Target. All right, so same game plan. We're gonna go ahead and crack 2 of these jumbo eggs. I love brown eggs. Watchers, commenters, brown eggs or white eggs. Hit it with a bit of garlic powder, a little bit of cayenne for that kick. Super, super easy. So you can either put the cheese on top. I'm gonna have a little pinch actually. Guys, mini breakfast casseroles here. This is delicious, it's high protein, it's healthy. Even with the reduced fat cheese, we're looking pretty good. So let's load them up. Top it with just a smidge more. And again, guys, based on your goals, so I've probably got some clients watching. I can just put cheese on everything, so yes and no, right? So all this is gonna have calories. Scale this up or down based on what your current goals are. That's how to make this thing more of a livable lifestyle and not a diet. Here's our 4th variation. Looking good, looking yummy. All right, so our chorizo is done. I like my chorizo just a bit crispy. Taste test. So good. And the cinnamon, it's like, dude, so good. Last version, we're gonna give it everything we got. Granted with this, it does take a bit more prep. A little bit of garlic powder, cayenne, reduced fat cheese, in we go. Okay, delicious. Now, to take it to the next level, scoops of that turkey chorizo, not too much. Not too much, you don't wanna overwhelm it and overpower it. There we go. For me personally, this is the last couple of days of gaining weight, so I'm really gonna hit this one with some cheese. All right, look at that. We set the oven to 350 and we're gonna cook it for 15 to 20 minutes or until everything is through. The cheese is nice and melty and we're good. So if you like these videos, please make sure to throw it a subscribe. We're doing about 2 to 3 videos per week. Some of my best tips on food, fat loss, all these things. So make sure to stay tuned for all of that. I do not want you to miss it. The engagement also does help out tremendously. So that'd be a huge help. And we're gonna check back in 15 minutes. Time for Dilbert. Dilly, sit. Good. That's it. You should be happy.
He wants more.
He wants more. Hey, let's look at this one. Someone just crushed their little Saturday workout. It's been about 18 minutes, which is kind of typical for these. Again, just go until you think they're good. So they have risen, especially these little pillow boys right there. Now we're gonna let it cool, and we're gonna see them come down a bit, and then it is taste test time. So we are going to take some of these out. Yummy. So first one, let me just go with the super basic. Phenomenal. So let's taste it. Tastes like egg. Next up, we'll do a taste of the salsa. The consistency is gonna be scrambled egg. It is a little bit unique. It is kind of more of a breakfast casserole because the salsa is infused. Very good. Good salsa kick. This is basically the scrambled egg, no salsa. Let's give this a shot. It's good. It's kind of like egg frittata. Cheese, onion, jalapeno. That's nice. And now, the grand finale, the big daddy. Oop, shoot. Chorizo, jalapeno, onion, cheese, seasonings. This is the one you want. Let's do it. That's like bringing a gun to a knife fight. One thing I didn't mention is protein. So one egg is gonna have 6 grams of protein. Really the only difference here is gonna be the turkey chorizo, 12 to 15 grams of protein per piece. So it's a great way to boost protein, boost flavor. And with that being said, what do we think?
Very good.
Okay, awesome.
Perfect post-workout.
Perfect post-workout. We'll see everyone soon. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this recipe was useful. Highly recommend any of these versions. Full of flavor, full of spice, makes everything easy. Pick a thing that you're going to enjoy. Put that nutrition on autopilot. Otherwise, comment, subscribe. That'll be it for this video, and I will see you all in the next one.